up. So it's been a little bit since we've done a video on the Fiat. So I don't think they've seen, but it's now rewrapped. If you follow our Instagram, you saw it on there. But completely redone. Went with my vision on this one, so really stoked on how that came out. So today we're gonna be filming a 5 things I love / 5 things I hate video on her. So let's jump right in. Alright, so we'll start with 5 things I love. So number 1 for me, I really love how this car sounds. Everything about the sound. Even stock, they sound amazing, in my opinion. But for me, I have a catalyst downpipe, so it's even louder, makes even more noise. I love the blow-off sounds this thing makes. For me, I have the Forge atmospheric blow-off valve and intake noises too. In my circumstance, I get to hear a lot of intake noise because of where it's routed. So for me, I did a custom straight out of the turbo, and you can come right to where the running light used to be, and that's where she sits. So I hear a lot of whoosh whoosh and but I really do like how this car sounds. I think a lot of people do, unless you're a V8 guy. V8 guys typically don't like how this car sounds, but I really like it. Keeps it interesting when I'm driving it to hear all those different noises, and I'll never get enough of that. Second thing I love about this car is how agile it is. Even out of the box, when you get a stock Fiat Abarth, they're pretty agile, they're super fun to drive, they feel like a go-kart. Like, you can pretty much get anywhere you need to go. If you're gonna track it, even stock, you can definitely do some fun stuff with it. But I felt there was a need for improvement, which is okay, because it was still super fun. But I did BC Racing coilovers, I did some chassis supports, sway bar, the front chassis, the rear chassis. Yeah. So there's improvement that can be made, but it still makes it very fun to drive. You can just toss this thing into corners and you're not gonna worry about, you know, going somewhere you don't want to go. This thing sticks to the ground, she's well planted. I think it also has to do with the size of the car, just because it's so small, so light, which it's lighter now, but that's besides the point. Yeah, agility of these cars makes it just a blast to drive. Go to pole position, drive a go-kart, and then hop in one of these and you'll see how almost the same they are. Number 3 things I love people's reactions when they see this car. I can be driving down the road, doing nothing fun, making no noise, and they see it and they either smile or they hate it. It's one of the two. I love all the reactions. If you hate it, it's like, at least I broke your neck. It means I'm doing something right. No, people tend to really like these cars, especially when they got stuff done to them, and it's like, wow, you can actually do that to a Fiat. That's kind of crazy. No, people always give me a thumbs up. That thing sounds gnarly. Let me hear it, and then I have to gas it for them. Not speeding. No, even at car shows, people just come up. They're like, "What? Like, what is this? What is this thing? Pop the hood, let me see it." And then they see the little snail up front. They're like, "What is this, dude?" But they love it, and it really keeps me wanting to expand and keep adding to this thing, just to keep people just like, what the heck is going on with this car? And makes it more fun, keeps me busy, keeps me doing stuff with everybody. So that's number 3. And as we jump into number 4, we're gonna take a little step back and instead of saying what I love about all Fiats, all Abarths in general, we're gonna kind of say what I love about my car in particular now, just for the last 2, just so you guys know what I really enjoy about my car. For me, it's gonna have to be, biggest thing is my turbo, because I did do the 1752 upgrade, and it made a huge difference for this car in general, because the stock turbo, as fun as it is, and what boost numbers you can get out of it, it's great. I think it's like max out at 20 something, but you do the 1752, you jump to 30 pounds of boost with the nice tune on there, and it just makes the car open up. You can, the noises are different, the The power is way more there, the torque. So the 1752 turbo, I would recommend it to anybody who got a Fiat and is tuning it or is modifying it in any way. Save your money at the start, get the 1752 turbo, get a tune, because it just makes the car way more fun to drive and keep up with some other stuff if that's your bread and butter. Last thing I love about this car, because I'm in it a lot, I do really love my interior setup. In my case, I had to keep everything Sabelt steering wheel, Sabelt seat, harnesses, door pulls. Had to keep it all the same. Okay. We're gonna go get some ice cream now because I've been waiting for this truck to come on. Appreciate the small things. This dingle hopper right here is pretty cool. Now that we're not sidetracked by the ice cream. So yeah, I really like that I kept everything Sabelt. I kind of went with what I really wanted to do with my interior. The passenger seat will be gone. I'm not going to keep the passenger seat in, but I did get the seat I love. I ended up wrapping my dash in a fabric just because I was tired of wrapping it to match my car because it was white and I didn't want to keep wrapping it, so I just did with a fabric. Did my delete plates, made those at home. Those were sweet. And then me and Ben one night decided to make the floor plates and the dead pedal. Really like how those came out. They just help my feet stay in one spot because when you remove your interior, there's some awkward bumps in the ground, but I love that about my interior, just everything gone and kind of just as clean as I could get it for my scenario. There's more that I want to do, but time will tell with that. Okay, so now we're gonna hop into things that I hate about this car, or Fiats in general, is how hard it is or how limited it is with tuning and engine modifications. So I mean, there's a good amount of stuff you can do, but nothing like in Europe where you can really get some cool, awesome custom manifolds, which a lot of them are T-Jet over there, and these are multi-air. So having the multi-air engine makes it a little more difficult and limited with the stuff you can do. I mean, Euro Compulsion, Madness, Torque, and RRM, they tune these, but it's not like a dyno tune. So that's something I would really like to do, and the dyno shops that I've talked to don't touch these ECUs. I guess they're hard to crack or something, but I have a Euro Compulsion Phase 3 on mine, and it's done great, but I just wish I could get a little more customability with it and actually be on a dyno while they're tuning it, and that would make me feel a little more comfortable because it's a trusting thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna send a log to them, get it back, and hope that the tune works and my car doesn't blow up, which it hasn't. So
yeah,
things are great there, but I just wish there was a little bit more with engine modifications that were more easy graspable. That'll be the word I use. Yeah, but that's number one. Number two for things I hate about these cars is the lug pattern. So it's a 4x98, which makes it pretty limited with the kind of wheels you can get for this car. I found a few options, but a lot of them are 16 inches, and I kind of want to run 17s for lug, but you can't get the weight I really want to get. N-Key sells some like 13-pound 16-inch wheels, which I would love to get, but then again, they're not 17s, which I may just sacrifice in the end to do. But they could have just went the extra 2 millimeters and made it a 4x100, and it really would have opened up a lot more options for wheels for these cars, but you know how Euros are. So 4x98, I really don't like that about this car, just because there's not a lot you can do with the wheels. Number three, things I hate. It's kind of a weird way to put it, because I kind of hate it, but I really do wish the community for the Abarths or Fiats in general was bigger, especially in the US. There's a fine line of people that have these cars, and it's SoCal Abarth Club, which I love every single one of those people in that club. They do some fun events. We go out, have fun, get together, and show our cars, but I just wish there's like none in my town, for one, that actually modify their cars. So there's nobody to get advice from here or there, but I just wish it was a little bit bigger like it is in Italy, where there's all the different options and different everything for these cars and just a huge group of people that love them. But here in the US we don't have that, so if you don't drive a Fiat, buy a Fiat and let's make this a big community, because I need some friends. Number 4. Fourth thing I hate about these cars, which it's only the 500, is the 5-speed trans in here. I wish they did a 6-speed just like the 124 or the, I think the Punto Evo has it as well. I know they sell a 6-speed for it, but there's nobody I know who has done it, and not a lot of instruction on how to do it. And I don't know if this, like, if I gotta get some different parts obviously, so it kind of makes it hard. It's just really short geared. I feel like there could be a lot more pushed out of this with a 6-speed. That's kind of one thing that's holding me back, because sequential is definitely out of the price.
At least right now.
right now, unless YouTube really kicks off. So subscribe,
right?
Please. Let me tell you something. Number 5. Fifth thing I hate about this car is how tight this engine bay is. Really makes working on it a pain. I mean, doing the turbo change wasn't too bad, just because we could pull up the whole front clip of the car and get to it there. But there is still some really tight areas. When I was doing my AC delete, getting back here and putting a hose together without trying to spill coolant everywhere.
Freon.
And Freon.
Yeah.
Was,
oh yeah, because you did the heater core and the AC.
Was kind of a pain, because I could not see, for one, and get my hands in the perfect position for clips and the hoses. It was just a pain. They could have just,
I mean, they can't. It's just.
It's the car. I mean, it makes it unique, but God,
you gotta be dedicated.
It makes it hard to do. You gotta be dedicated for sure to work on these things. Just, it's really tight. And if you're not a small, nimble
ninja fingers,
salad fingers like me, then it makes it really hard to get into all the nooks and crannies. But it does make it really interesting. Well, that was our little catch-up video on the Fiat, since we haven't done one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click the subscribe button. It does help us out and makes us want to keep putting some fun content out there for you guys. There's a lot of fun stuff coming, whole lot of it, and I got a cage coming. I'm gonna be doing some other stuff. It's just taking some time to get done. But also, please check out our website if you want to check out some hats, shirts. We also will be selling these banners soon. We just posted it on the Instagram, so let us know what you think about the new banners, because we do want to start selling them. But we sell stickers, shirts, hats for now. Check them out. If you want to purchase something, helps us a lot to provide new things to post some content for you guys. But I'm out of here, and thank you for watching.